Well, frankly, just to bring this down to where most people's Christianity is at, we've all been given a set of doctrines that we think we got to believe to make God love us or to live a godly life in this world. And that's good. It's probably a necessary starting point. But if we can rebuild from the bottom up and get the shape of God right, that God is an infinite, infilling, and self-emptying, then you see what almost falls away by accident. Any notion of a God who is punitive, any notion of a God who is testing us simply for the sake of testing us to see if we're worthy of love, because love is now the very shape of the universe. God is not a being who whimsically now and then decides to love certain people, like the Jewish people or Catholic people or Christian people. We each decided God in our favor. But in fact, God, the very nature of God is love. God doesn't decide to love. There's no deciding. There's only an outflowing that never stops. It's infinite. And there's no backsplash in this infinite outpouring. So things like purgatory, things like God as an eternal torturer. And you've got to know that's what a large percentage of Christians are stuck with. And I'm going to use that phrase, stuck with, very intentionally, because you're stuck. You do not live in a safe universe. If the creator of this whole thing is basically a threatener, a one who creates fear in you and can only evoke adoration, if that's even the word, or love or praise, by telling you he's going to punish you, and he is usually a he in this context. He's going to punish you if you don't like him. Now just bring that down to earth. Would you like anybody naturally, organically, freely, if they told you they were going to punish you or torture you if you didn't like them? You would mistrust them at the core. That's at the heart of our problem. We don't have a God that a lot of people trust, much less like or love, or would surrender themselves to. The good news offered us by Jesus is that God is not a bad parent, but a loving Abba, Father, Papa, Daddy. He had to use personal terms because those are the only metaphors that make sense to the soul.